Hello my angry nerds, this is Fanboy and welcome to your daily dose of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today's game is going to be between TaylorSwift in the blue trunks as our Terran. The map is going to be Lerilak Crest. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that map right, but you know, it's me, shoot me. Let me explain before I introduce the next player. TaylorSwift, I cast him against Puck and In Control when they were playing Archon mode a couple weeks ago. TaylorSwift reached out to me on Twitter and said, hey, I played this really sick game. If you want to cast it, go right ahead. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll totally do that. If you guys want me to cast any of your games, please let me know on Twitter or just email them to me and I will cast them. And TaylorSwift's opponent today is going to be I call him Gunter. I don't know if that's right, but that's what I'm going to call him, Gunter. He is our red Protoss in the bottom left-hand corner. So we're going to try to get through this game without my voice dying because I've been casting quite a bit. And as a prolific watcher of Husky, I know why his voice would go out at certain points in time, because talking is extremely hard at points. Because you're just talking, and sometimes you're screaming. And that's normally what happens in a cast. So you have Gunter's... Oh! Nice SCV switcheroo there, buddy. The SCV got pulled off of the supply depot to intercept that probe from Gunter and killed it. So that is first blood from that little old SCV. SCV has 1 kill. Will he get more? Who knows? And it looks like TaylorSwift is going into a 1-1-1. I almost called it a 3-3-3. I'm like, that makes no sense. A 1-1-1. So factory barracks, factory, starport. Starport. There you go. I almost called it the supply depot. I do not know why. Probably because I heard the animation of the supply depot going up and down. But that is what TaylorSwift is going to do. Meanwhile, Gunter is expanding. He is getting his first stalker out and is rallied most likely to the close to TaylorSwift's base. There it goes. And that stalker is on a mission to see what the world TaylorSwift has going on. Does TaylorSwift has an expansion? That would be a no at the moment, but most likely he should be expanding here shortly. And right now he's just pumping out Marines at the moment. And tanks. And this one should be medevacs. So we'll see what happens to this stalker. If this stalker goes up this ramp, it's gonna die. There, you need to go bye-bye, stalker. Yeah. You only have 47 health. And you have no shields at the moment. So that stalker is going home. But what will TaylorSwift throw down outside of this 1-1-1 build that he has going on? But it looks like he's just getting medevacs and tanks at the moment and keeps producing Marine after Marine after Marine. So that's the thing. What does Gunter have going on? Gunter has a robo facility on the way. Only 1 gateway. I do not know if he's actually... I don't think he is. I don't think he researched Warpgate. I really don't think he researched Warpgate. That's very interesting. He has no Warpgate. And he hasn't even started it. Oh yeah, he has. He had to. Yeah, there he goes. I was gonna say, he has no Warpgate? What the world? He does have Warpgate, so he only has 1 Warpgate at the moment. He is throwing down 3 more, it looks like, and Robo Bay, so Yeah, those stalkers are... Yeah, they're all dead. They're going to be all dead. Very, very shortly. TaylorSwift has... Looks like 2 siege tanks, 2 medevacs, and a ton of marines. Gunter has literally not much of anything. He has a stalker and a mothership core. If he loses that mothership core, he's pretty much toast. You don't want to lose that mothership core. You can't lose that mothership core. Don't lose that mothership core. That mothership core is very low on health. Only 25 HP. And the reason Gunter needs that is for what I call pylon overcharge. To turn the pylons into weapons. Yes, I know, weapons. Very odd thing to do. A very, very odd thing to do. TaylorSwift has a sizable marine force and even has SCVs to repair. And that's what they are doing. They are repairing. Gunter looks like he's going to lose his expansion. And that's... I thought that was something else. That's an observer. Probe is going out. Ooh. Gunter has disruptors. That disruptor can be very... Ooh, ouch. That has to hurt. That disruptor has 11 kills all by itself. And it looks like Gunter does have blink. So that can be very, very potent if used correctly. And it looks like Gunter keeps on producing the good old disruptor. Blink down for a siege tank kill, and he does get it. And it looks like Gunter is being very, very kind of cheeky with this, and builds an expansion right next to his main where TaylorSwift can see it if he just moves down this ramp. He does not want to suicide his units like that because those stalkers will kill marines all day long. Nice blink, very nice blink. Does Gunter have a mothership core? I don't think he does. Gunter is trying to use his disruptors to get that siege tank, but the disruptor's range is not that potent. Is trying to take out that siege tank, does get the siege tank. Will he be able to get anything else? Ooh, disruptor charge. That medevac just saved a ton of marines. Those stalkers do take out a pretty much fully loaded medevac. That's never a good idea. That's never a good thing at all. But you can't lose any of these stalkers nor any of these disruptors. Another disruptor is being built and is almost complete. But it looks like Gunter is going to suicide all of his stalkers. Does lose a single disruptor and a lot of his good old purchased stalkers. But it looks like what TaylorSwift is trying to do is unpower the robo facility, and that's just not going to happen. TaylorSwift has lost a lot of units to these disruptors. A lot of them. Ooh, manor bunkers going down. That's never good. Manor bunkers are not a good thing. Does almost kill a siege tank, but yeah, I don't think that was worth it. Another photon overcharge comes out. Marines are being whittled down very slowly, but there's a stream of reinforcements from TaylorSwift to Gunter's main. I just don't think this is going to work because most of Gunter's stuff, probes, are in the main. But it looks like 2 adepts are here just picking off reinforcements at TaylorSwift's main. And all of... Oh, what the world? Gunter recalled all of his probes to his other nexus. Oh my god, that is brilliant. I have to remember that. To get all of his probes out of his main, he recalled to the other nexus. That's absolutely and utterly brilliant. The only problem is TaylorSwift knows about this base. He did scan the base, and what TaylorSwift is doing and wants to do is kill pretty much everything in this main and then move down very slowly to this other expansion that is now Gunter's main, basically. And try to kill it. And that's basically what he's doing. He's going to leave a couple Marines behind, try to kill everything else in this main base. And what he needs to do is move the rest of these units down here to kill off this Nexus and all these pylons as quickly as humanly possible. But it looks like Gunter does have another Nexus on the way. This is going to be a game that I call a ring around the rosy. Because Gunter is going to win, or he's going to keep building Nexuses all over the damn place. I've been in these games, and I hate these games because it's always just my opponent already has another base somewhere. Every base I kill, he just goes and makes another one. And it looks like Gunter has another Nexus coming up on the right hand side of the map. This is insane. Gunter does force off the liftoff of the other orbital, or what? TaylorSwift, you built only one orbital. Why? Why'd you only build one orbital? Or blah 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 blah. Orbital. Not oracle. Orbital. But these, that adept has 6 kills. That adept has 5. But, these stalkers need to move back, and they do. It doesn't look like TaylorSwift has much of anything in the bank left. If Gunter can just hold this expansion, he'll starve out his opponent, and all he has to do is kill this main army. And that is very feasible. That is extraordinarily feasible. Because what Gunter is doing is Gunter has established two, I call them main bases, but he's established a main base and a forward mining base is what I would call it. It looks like he's throwing down pylons here just to make sure. But the mothership core is over here, and all of his production is over here as well. So he should be most likely building... Oh, there we go. There's the other cybernetic core. And he's adding on 3 more gates to that one. So the orbital for TaylorSwift has just now moved back into location, and he's just now getting minerals. TaylorSwift, you need to build another orbital command and expand, pal. Please. Please expand. More than once. Back at home, Taylor only has 3 barracks. Only one of them has an add-on. The barracks does not have an add-on anymore, so no more siege tanks. And the starport has a tech lab on it. Interesting move, but you know, whatever. But it looks like Gunter is just now establishing a 3rd base on a weird spot. But it looks like this Marine's going to find the mining base of Gunter, and these probes are going to get the hell ass out. It looks like, yep, they're going to go and retreat. These Marines are most likely going to focus down this Nexus and whatever else is here. And it looks... Oh my. Gunter has 2 robo facilities producing immortals. If he keeps this up, he's going to have a larger armor than TaylorSwift, and TaylorSwift's going to be dead. Because he did expand, but he only built 1 orbital. Not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. And Gunter still has 2 bases. Yes, he still has 2 bases. And it looks like TaylorSwift is building Banshees? Banshees without cloak. So, that's the thing. Do you even have stem? No, you don't even have stem. What are you doing, Taylor? Huh? What are you doing, TaylorSwift? As I would tell the real TaylorSwift, what are you doing? TaylorSwift is a country singer that decided, hey, let's be a pop sensation. You're not Britney Spears, pal. And this Taylor Swift needs to expand. More than once. Please, please expand. Small Marine detachment with 2 medevacs is going home. They did not spot this expansion in Gunter's integral second base position. Gunter is now trying to establish a third base again, and it looks like Taylor Swift is moving out to that left side. I almost called it the right side for some strange reason. But dual overcharge on these pylons could activate this one. Does live the mothership core, and this is gonna be, ooh, that disruptor shot. Oh my god. 24 kills on that disruptor alone. Does cancel the third base, and this may be GG for our Protoss player. I just don't see how he can recover. I really don't. I do not see it how he can recover. The only thing I can think of is Taylor Swift gets mined out at his natural and somehow loses that orbital command. If he loses that orbital command, Taylor Swift's done for because he just doesn't have the ability to make another one. But there goes most of Gunter's army, basically. Does have 2 disruptors, but they do not shoot up. There's only 1 stalker, and it's in the back doing absolutely not much of anything. Only has 1 disruptor left, and this is his operational base. So can't get anything from the robo facility because it's unpowered. That one, he still can produce stuff. And it looks like this disruptor is just picking off these Marines. But the big problem is these 2 Banshees and the siege tanks. The siege tanks are just going to devastate this whole entire base. Ooh! Gets a lot of Marine kills. 8 and 35, respectively. One does go down. The other one most likely will go down. Ooh, that would have been a bad shot. That would have been an excellent shot for that disruptor if it hadn't died. Zealots are being warped in on the siege tank. If he loses the siege tank, he does not have any more siege tanks at all. Because he's not... Ooh, maybe he does have a tech lab on that factory. He just doesn't have any at the moment. And it looks like Gunter doesn't really have much of a base. Gunter is in the bottom left corner trying to re-establish his operational base. And this is the only operational base he has left. Because all these probes are pretty much, they're all dead. And if we look at the worker supply, it's 24 to 22. Army supply is 14 to 43. And workers killed right now is 10 for Gunter and 30 for Taylor Swift. Wow. This is just going to be this was a utter lopsided battle. Gunter just refuses to give up. And to tell you the truth, if he can keep doing this, I would keep doing this. I was in his place. He has 6 warp gates. So he can warp in more units. So that's the thing. Does need to add on more pylons because he is at supply. And it looks like Taylor Swift has still not built another orbital command and expanded. So he may be running out of minerals here very, very shortly. Does have technically 2 armies. He has this defense force and another siege tank on the way, and this other attacking army, let's just say. It's queued up to go, I don't know where it's going. It's going to fly right over this main, or right over Gunter's main, I would want to say. Is going to get the mothership core again. Mothership core does go down, but does overcharge 2 pylons. The pylons are going to kill a couple, but he needs to take out this Nexus and this probe that's been left here for no apparent reason. But you need to cancel, you didn't cancel the Twilight Council, so the Twilight Council is pretty much dead at this point. Needs to kill all the pylons, and then most likely all the buildings, because that's the thing. But if you look, ooh, that sneaky little Protoss player, he took all of his stalkers, all of his blink stalkers, because he still, I think, has a I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. He does have an observer. Gunter does have an observer, so he took all these stalkers and blinked, I'm assuming, up to the main and at least took out a factory. And that factory is not being rebuilt. So there is only one siege tank on the map. So if you can whittle down this army as Gunter and keep these at least one mining base, you're pretty much set. I just don't know if it can be done technically. Nice blink micro. Is losing a couple probes here and there just because they're not, well, in really weird spots. But it looks like TaylorSwift does find the like 4th or 5th hidden base of Gunter, and these stalkers need to get up to the high ground or do something, because in the low ground they're pretty much not going to be very useful. You need to blink, pal. There you go, blink. And it would have been great that he had the mothership core, because he could photon overcharge all these pylons and basically kill them. Does get all the medevacs. I don't think there's a single medevac on the field. There is no medevac on the field because they're not being produced. All the medevacs for TaylorSwift are dead. Does have 2 Banshees and 1 siege tank and a lot of Marines, and is just now researching STEM at 22 minutes and 19 seconds. Wow. Okay, and producing Marauders. I'm pretty sure TaylorSwift is Diamond, I want to say, if I remember correctly. Is producing quite a few more stalkers. These stalkers need to be careful. Does get the siege tank, but I just don't think that's the most important thing on the planet. Is going to get this base taken out, and that's never a good thing. Gunter is only down to 1 base, and it looks like TaylorSwift is going to most likely kill quite a few stalkers, but 1 out of 2 Banshees does go down, but it looks like TaylorSwift is not having any of these buildings and is going to most likely kill them all off. Let's hope, because Gunter can just come back and repower them. But as soon as that cybernetics core goes down, he needs to rebuild another one if he wants to produce stalkers, and I would say he does want to build stalkers. There are 2 adepts here randomly, and they're brand new, they're fresh, they have no kills on them. But here come the stalkers. The orbital command is extremely vulnerable. TaylorSwift does not have money to rebuild this. If he loses this, if he loses it, he's dead. He's lost the game. Anything he loses up to this point is pretty much gone. He will not have the resources to rebuild it. And if TaylorSwift is smart, he'll keep all of his SUVs up here, and if TaylorSwift is lucky, Gunter will go bye-bye. And that is what Gunter is doing. Gunter is going back to his main, his like 5th main technically. Only has 1 medevac. It is fully charged, and I don't know if he has STEM. It does not look like he has. Oh yes, he does. He has STEM, and that STEM is going to be used very, very nicely to kill off that like 19th Nexus. Does lose a lot of the stalkers here, but it looks like Gunter does have a dual robotics facility, so he's pumping out the immortals. I don't know if the immortal is the correct choice here. I think at least one or more disruptors would have been a real nice call here, because, well, these immortals are just going to melt. Only has 3 stalkers that I know of. It looks like Gunter is going for the desperate play and pulling most of his probes. I think this is GG finally for Gunter. And my voice is about to give because this is insane. Does cancel the Robo facility. Or Robo Bay, I think that's what that was. And he's warping a couple last-ditch zealots, but I just don't think this is gonna be GG. And there's GG from Gunter. Gunter does leave the game, and your victor today is going to be TaylorSwift after a 25-minute game of Ring Around the Rosie. Blah, if I can talk. So I hope you guys liked this cast. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. It helps me out a ton. And if you want to see more daily StarCraft from me, please hit my subscribe button. It also helps out a ton. And I will see you guys in the next cast.